All right, welcome to another installment of the Fragments of Silicon reviews. 4 reviews up this week. Also, going to be a lot of trailer footage due to various reasons. Anyway, first game up this week is Arcadia Colony. Um, Kind of awkwardly subtitled here. But anyway, enter the world of Arcadia, a 2.5D anime-style Metroidvania. Play as three unique characters with their unique abilities and world interactions. Save your homeland from the troubles caused by huge bird-like puppets and reveal the hidden truths in the underground. So yeah, that description may be making this game sound better than it is.
Oof.
Yeah, I'm like, can't really beat around the bush here, especially since at current recording time, we do have an interview scheduled with the developers of the game in October. I think the early October, since we're off for the second part of October. I'm like, but regardless, so we will have a chance to talk to the developers about the game. And this is awkward because there's no getting around it. This was not a good game. And it comes down to the controls. Now, I played I think about 45 minutes of this title. Couldn't even get to an hour because the controls were so bad.
Now, is it just not agree with your type of playstyle bad, or was it actually unresponsive bad?
The second. Okay, first problem. To the developers, I know you're going to be listening to this. Get D-pad support.
Oh.
I'm like, yeah, your action says it all. Because I'm controlling a 2.5 Metroidvania with an analog stick.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. No, this is objectively not good. Or rather, it's very imprecise compared to the perfectly good D-pad I can use on a controller here.
Mm-hmm. And
maybe the Xbox...
we shouldn't have to do any of the weird remapping that Steam allows to make the make it think that the D-pad is an analog stick.
But here's the thing. Even when you do remapping like that, that doesn't fix the problem.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because remember, it's kind of coded for an analog stick. It's like playing Super Mario 64 DS with the 3DS circle pad.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of mimic actual analog control, but it was still programmed with a certain thing in mind.
Yeah.
And that's the lesser problem here. But it probably was working in tandem with the usage of analog stick. That's everything is so fucking floaty in this game. It made simple jumping, simple platform to platform jumping, an absolute chore because of how literally floaty everything felt. And game feel is a hard thing to channel if you aren't able to play the game. So I'm trying to convey as precisely as possible how unfun this game felt to, just in its basic controls. And it was, it was intolerable. Especially when it started asking me for bigger precision asks, if you will, like jumping over these leaf obstacles that required the double jump, and just absolute nightmare to maneuver over because everything was so squirrely, or I guess in this case, rabbity.
Ooh.
Because it's the rabbit girl who has the double jump. That's what the descriptor here is. Play as 3 unique characters. I mean, that's technically true, but it's. I will say, this game doesn't make the mistake of having, it has certain characters do certain moves, but it's at a press of a button. Like literally, if you press the jump button twice, the rabbit shows up.
And does the 2 jumping thingy?
It
does the double jump thing and then switches back.
No, you do have to do a specific action to switch to another character. Like with the porcupine, you have to hit the. I think on the Xbox it was the X button, and he acts like your morph ball, like only god awful. Like that was the worst controlling part of what I experienced, and honestly, because while the jumping was hideous in its own right, at least it was basically functional. Like the rolling in tunnels was like weirdly off. Like literally when I was pushing in the direction I should be going, it wasn't going in the right direction. I had to press another direction. I literally it seems like something was mismapped there. Like it wasn't anything bad, or at least what because there was nothing in the tunnels. I don't know if that would be a bigger problem later on. Like would they have obstacles or shit in the tunnels? But that boded poorly. And kind of speaks to the overall shoddy development. Again, I dislike having to put it that way, but it's it's really a thing. Like if you see, or especially if you feel, you'll understand immediately.
It's not like one of those things where it's like with some Metroidvanias where it feels like this is going to be an ability later type thing.
No, it's literally mismapped, like on the wrong direction. No, and the mole character, he lifts blocks that have spring, that act as springboards and can be magnetized. Like he kind of sucks by design. Like his jump isn't very impressive. That makes sense. Like, and as far as the anime style goes, honestly, I didn't see it. Or rather, like this is about as anime as one of those mid 2000s how to draw a manga books that I'd see at like Walgreens.
Oof.
Once again, unfortunate, but it's not necessarily a bad style, but it doesn't really invoke anime to me. It more evokes, say, the Winx Club or Witch.
One of those pseudo anime things.
Yeah,
imitation anime.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can't believe it's not anime. We could probably keep going with this all night.
Totally spies. Like, but you get the idea.
Right, yeah.
Like, the music was there. Admittedly, I didn't get too far in the game, so it's kind of hard. It was kind of hard to measure that. It just, all in all, very unpleasant experience. And yeah, probably among the worst games I played this year.
Unfortunate.
You know, it's like, yeah, I kind of wish you had the game here, Petty fans, so you could experience it for yourself. But this game also clocks in at $15, because not an amount I was prepared to plunk down even for a review.
Understandable.
Yeah, like, and obviously I do not recommend this game at $15. I don't recommend. I do not recommend it currently at any price. I don't know how helpful this review is going to be for the developers. It's like, but the controls just really need to be tuned quite a bit.
It'd probably be one of those things that I definitely wish I had a copy just so, like, if I could demonstrate type things. It's probably one of those more needs to be seen than.
I mean, maybe that'll happen in October. It's like, I have no idea. Like that might be that might end up getting heated because they might take issue because, oh no, I did I only got so far in the review. But here's the thing. If I find a game to be controlling this badly for 30, 45 minutes, I don't think it's going to open up. This isn't one of those things that gets better 10 hours into it.
And if it's like it's one of those things that the devs can always shoot you a later save file and see if you think if a later in the game changes your opinion at all, but that's totally up to the dev on that one.
Yeah. Like honestly, I'd probably hand the game over to you and we'd bring it up in October, because we really don't. We don't review games that we've already reviewed typically. Like,
unless there's like something huge.
Right. Or it's like, or you've added like an expansion pack, or you're an early access game and you've hit 1.0.
Yeah.
I'm like,
especially if our review is no longer valid, like early access to 1.0.
Yeah. I'm like, we can go back, but
that's one of the fun things about having our own show. Wink.
Yeah. Right. But we review things as they are presented to us, and this game was presented very poorly to me when I got my hands on it, and that's always unfortunate. But it happens for one reason or another. Like I said, I think a big part of why this game controls like it does is because I'm using an analog stick, and it was mapped to an analog stick. Just having D-pad support would improve things. How much I couldn't quantify at this point, because you have to make sure it works with the precision with the D-pad, and I don't know how much work that would take.
And is there any other mechanics where an analog stick would be useful, or is it just?
I'm like, not not from what I saw. Maybe the ball rolling, if that had actually worked. But yeah. So it's vexing, but it is what it currently is in my estimation. But yeah, it's like currently it doesn't matter what price this goes for. Avoid.
Unfortunate.
Yeah. So yeah, I might get a lengthy letter about this. Like, I've gotten that a few times.
We know. We are very, very well aware.
So, anyway, but that's where I'm like, but this is where I stand on this on this game, and if that results in a cancellation of an interview, not much I can do about that. And I'm not gonna quake with fear about such things either.
Mm-hmm.
We
There's
do
such a
have
thing
our.
as journalistic integrity.
I was about to say, yes, I did get this game for free, but that's kind of how it works here.
For people who don't look in our Discord, we basically have a thing in there that's basically like, yeah, our reviews are given to us by the review policies typically given by publishers, but the views are still our own.
Yeah. So, but anyway, so that's the review of Arcadia here. So, with that in mind, be sure to tune in after the break, as Petty Fan will be reviewing Pi. No, not the numerical concept, and not delicious pie. It's a game called Pi.
Well, it's spelled the same as the numerical concept, at least.
Right. Anyway,